GOV GETTYDaniel Hannan has blasted the stance of Remainers on blue passports. The Conservative MEP's words have come after the switch back to the traditional blue passport, the colour carried by the nation's travel documents before the UK joined the EU, was announced by the Home Office yesterday. Mr. Hannan said, "I'm struggling to keep up with continuity Remain's stance on blue passports. I thought the official line was that only a moron would be exercised by such a trivial issue and that Europhiles were far too sophisticated to care. But it turns out that they care very much. Since the government announced that it was abandoning Burgundy, they have talked of little else." Mr. Hannan also blasted Labour MPs who are falsely claiming that the redesign will cost taxpayers an extra £490 million. While the redesign will cost the taxpayer £490 million, the fee would have been incurred no matter the colour of the travel document, as the current contract for passport production ends in September 2019. The contract will last for almost 12 years and will encompass the cost of designing, manufacturing and printing the documents, which are regularly updated to increase security. Speaking of change to blue passports, Mr. Hannan said, "Labour MPs tell anyone who'll listen that we are wasting £500 million on it. This claim is, what's the word? Oh, yes, a lie. Those MPs know perfectly well that Britain is due a new passport, and that it will cost precisely the same amount whether it's navy or maroon." His words have come as James Khan, the businessman made famous by dragons, Den, wrote on Twitter, "A country that would spend £500 million to change the colour of a passport while children sleep on the streets is a country whose priorities are wholly out of whack." Brandon Lewis, the immigration minister who launched the passport, attempted to correct the businessman. Thursday, December 14, 2017. Theresa May's Tory Brexit rebels, he wrote, "This is factually wrong. The new passport will not cost the taxpayer any extra. Will you correct this misinformation? Huge thanks." MP Marcus Fish added, "Sorry you've not taken down your misleading and or irrational posts yesterday." 1. There is no extra cost to passports under the regular contract renewal other than normal inflation. 2. Children don't sleep on the streets in Britain. Mr. Khan has since backtracked on the claim, admitting it was fake news, but not deleting the original post despite it having been shared more than 26,000 times. He wrote, "Good news. Having researched the cost of providing new passports, it appears the £500 million for the colour is fake news. However, that doesn't detract from my intention that together as a society we need to prioritise tackling issues such as children in poverty and homelessness." The false claim was also shared by Labour MPs looking to score points off the Conservative rivals. Bill Esterton wrote, £490 million to change the colour of our passports while they cut schools, children's services and police. Friday, December 8, 2017. Here is the 15-page Brexit deal in full. Meanwhile, no sign of the promised £350 million a week for our NHS. Tory priorities just wrong. Labour MP Gareth Snell added, "I'm indifferent to the colour of passports. I'm not indifferent to homelessness and poverty." Getty James Khan shared fake news about the passport change. £500 million would be better spent on the latter, not the former. Mr. Lewis again attempted to dispel the falsehood, replying, "This is wrong. You should delete correct, as I'm sure you would not want to knowingly lie to the electorate." Conservative MP Philip Dunn added, "Good to learn we can introduce additional security into a new passport. Also important to dispel Labour myth that this will be more costly. New passport will be introduced following expiry of current contract."